Hi, I'm Melissa.
And I'm Kabrea.
And you're watching Off the Record.
Hi, I'm Kabrea. I'm the CEO and founder of Signature Scents by Hand and Fashionably Yours. And what I do is I help people learn how to stand out and feel confident in what they wear and how they smell. For my image consulting business, Fashionably Yours, I actually went to school for fashion merchandising, and when I came back down to New York, because I was going to school in Bridgeport, I was kind of surrounded by fashion, styling people. I was doing internships, and then it kind of hit me that fashion styling was something that I wanted to do, and I was more so interested in styling people versus a celebrity, and I saw that personal shopping was actually a career. So I just kind of put myself out there. I created a website and some business cards, and I got my first client within maybe a month or so. I put an ad up actually on Craigslist. I'm really good at styling women, not so much men. So I was styling a man wearing women's clothes, and it wasn't more so the styling. I enjoyed the styling aspect of it, but I just loved that he was happy and he felt confident. Then I started thinking to myself, okay, well, I'm doing something right. And from there, I just kind of got more clients and just kind of got myself out there and just got more experience with that. With my fragrance business, Signature Scents by Hand, that started maybe about 2 years ago. My first scent, it took me about 3 months to make. I just kind of put myself out there. My first event was actually in Baltimore, and people were buying them 2 bottles at a time. So I was okay, well, I'm doing something right. And then I started expanding. People were asking me, can you make cologne? Can you make this? Can you make that? And then I just started slowly just adding on to my fragrance business, and now I'm here. The challenge for both businesses were a bit different, but I think in general it's a lot of work that you have to put in. I think also it's a lot of research that you have to put in, so you have to know your target market and your audience and who you want to serve your service or your business to. So for my image consulting firm, I knew I loved to style people, I knew I loved to style women, but I had to figure out, okay, what's the type of woman that I want to style? What does she need help with? And just trying to dig a little bit deeper with that. With my fragrance business, I had to do research on what kind of scents women like to wear, what are some popular notes that are in popular fragrances, and then I had to test it out and test it on other people's body chemistry, because it's gonna smell different on everyone. So it's just a lot of research that you have to put into it, and I think one of the best things about it is just talking to people that you know and trying to get feedback off of what works, what doesn't work, and just kind of put yourself out there. So for Fashionably Yours, I was still working part-time. I think at the time I was working in a retail store. So I was actually getting experience from the retail store and getting clients from the retail store as well too. What helped fund Fashionably Yours was my business that I was doing part-time. You know, slowly but surely, I guess for a service business, it's a little bit easier because you don't have a physical product. But with the fragrance, it's really, really challenging, because as a product, it has to be, it has to look a certain way, and it has to draw attention to the customer. So you know, something as small, as simple as a bottle, like I had to do a lot of research to find the perfect bottle or the perfect font that I wanted to use to put a label on the bottle. For funding for Signature Scents by Hand, I think it's really the aspect of the custom fragrances that has been my bread and butter for me right now. Is the fact that I can do custom scents for my clients. You have to figure out, are you making a perfume? Are you making a cologne? Do you want to make a unisex scent? You have to figure out what exactly are you making. And then I would do research on certain scents that are popular that your target audience likes. So for me, my first scent, Yours, I wanted to make it for women, and I wanted it to be a floral scent. So I started doing research on certain scents that I remember my mom wearing when I was young. And I remember seeing jasmine, I would see patchouli, I would see vanilla, you know, all these different flowers and all these different sweet notes in it. So then I started ordering the oils and started blending it together myself to see how everything smells together and just add my little touch to it. So I did research to see how can I start the process, and I saw that I saw articles about how harmful perfume can be for the skin and how it can cause skin cancer. So I said, okay, well, I don't want to sell something like that, and if it's getting manufactured, there's not much control on my end. So then I did more research and I said, well, can I make it natural? Can I make it myself? And I saw that I can. So I just was literally in my living room and in my kitchen mixing everything up, testing it on myself, testing it on my mom-in-law. And one day I just kind of got over it, and I just said, you know what, F it. I'm just gonna spray it on myself. I'm gonna go about my day and just do my quickly routines. And I got compliments that day, so I said, okay, well, I'm doing something right. People actually like the scent and they can smell it on me, so let me see if this is something that I can sell. So that's kind of how it started with me making the scents, and I think it's better and more personal that way, so I can actually tell my customers what's in the scent. And people have sensitive skin, so I want to kind of cater to everyone. I have like a process where I have like a questionnaire on my website, and they just tell me are they looking for something floral, fruity, just to give me an idea of what they're looking for. Do they want this for men, female? Do they want something unisex? And once they fill out that questionnaire, then I'll be able to give them 3 different ideas of samples that would smell similar to what they're looking for. And then from there, they get to order their samples, and once they test out their samples and they confirm they like how it smells, then, you know, we figure out what bottle they want, we do the labels, and we ship it to them. So the I Smell Good conference, I got a lot of feedback from my clients, and they wanted me to have like a fragrance party. And I don't know if you guys have heard, but there's like there's a whole bunch of different companies, Pure Romance, a few others that I can't remember, but they host fragrance parties where, you know, they get their girls together. It's like a girls' night in, and they show them different products and they get to test it out. They have wine, drinks, and they sell to them. And I thought, okay, that's cool, but I wanted to bring more value to my clients versus just them here sipping wine and purchasing my product. What I did was I brought a few other vendors. I had someone selling candles, bath bombs, body butters, all that good stuff. Everything was all handmade, natural, and vegan friendly. And we also had a panel where I was on as well, and we were discussing why wearing natural products on your skin is really important. So we brought information to our clients, but we also gave them options of where they can shop. Since we're talking about wearing natural products, now you can shop different varieties. Get your candles. We had someone doing massaging based candles. So it's a candle that also burns, and you can use the oil to massage your skin. And it was just amazing. So that was kind of the idea, to bring knowledge to my clientele, and it's something I'm thinking of doing annually. So it was amazing. When you're working part-time and then you're doing your business, you feel like the 2 or 3 days that you have off, you have to like rush, right? So that was me when I was working part-time, and I was only working 3 days, but I felt like, oh my gosh, I have so much work to get done. So what I do now is I literally write a list. So it sounds simple, but it really helps me so much. So I break down my days. So for today, maybe I might work on social media and my custom clients. Like, I just break it down day by day to keep me organized. And then something as simple as my calendar, like I have to put everything in my calendar. If I don't, it's not gonna get done. So what keeps me organized is list, honestly, and I break it down little by little so I don't feel overwhelmed of doing so much in a day. The most satisfying for me is, so I'll give you guys a quick story. I told you guys the first event that I sold my fragrances at was in Baltimore. So it was Baltimore Fashion Week. It was a 3-day event, so I was selling for the 3 days. And I recently went back there last month, and I saw some old customers that were like, oh my gosh, I bought that product. And I only had 1 perfume, and I only had 1 big bottle. So now, like, I've grown to all these different products. Now I have body butters, bath bombs, roll-ons. I have 2 other scents. So it was just amazing feeling for them to come to my table and say, oh my gosh, I remember I bought this perfume, I loved it, it's finished. And she's like, oh my gosh, what are all these other things? And I'm like, yeah, I've grown since, you know, the last time we met. And she was just like, oh my gosh, I want to buy everything. And for me, that just made my day. Like, the struggle just to get to Baltimore, it was just a lot. But for her to remember me, and it was 2 years ago too, for her to remember me and remember my product and just want to buy more stuff that like literally makes my day when my customers are like addicted to my products, and it just means so much because I do put love into it. So when my customers actually genuinely love my products, that just makes my day. I'm Kabrea, and this is Off the Record.